everyone. Welcome to Norm's Friends. Come on in, sit down, relax, get comfortable. I'm David B., the readings guy. 603-404-9338. Biffid at yahoo.com. That's Biffid at yahoo.com. Today, no crystal ball. I have cards, and I also have a wonderful guest, Mike Martineau. He's going to help share the show with me. We'll be talking about things we have in common later. One of them is we work together, so we'll be talking about that. Mike, introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
My name's Michael Martineau. I'm a fun-loving local celebrity here in Manchester, and thank you for having me.
All right. So, and before we get into the topics, naturally, I'm sure somebody will call for a reading, but let's start with the famous quote. I always start with famous quotes, Mike. Yep. I love them. All right. Here's the famous quote today. It doesn't really need me going over it too much. It's straightforward. If you don't get it, you don't get it, I guess. But be the reason someone smiles. Be the reason someone feels loved and believes in the goodness in people. And I'll say it again. Anne, I know she's watching. The energy lady. This is her for sure, and that's why she's the way she is. All right, again, be the reason someone smiles. And it's real easy to get into that category and pull it off. It's simple. All right? Be the reason someone feels loved and believes in the goodness in people. And how do you do it? All you have to do is give them your smile. That easy. And it makes someone's day for what? 2 seconds of your time, a quick how are you type thing, right? All right, now, who made that quote? Be the reason someone smiles, be the reason someone feels loved and believes in the goodness in people. Roy T. Bennett. I don't have a clue who he is. If anybody out there knows, you want to give me a call later and enlighten me. Maybe Mike's Googling it right now.
Yep.
And he'll enlighten me on who Roy T. Bennett is. We'll be in business. So, also, whenever you get the answer, Mike, just, give me the high sign. And in the meantime, while he's doing that, fun facts today. Elephants. So, some of the facts naturally we know, some of them you won't know. Some of them are very fascinating. So let's start with one. And I bet you everyone, I knew this, and that, of course, seeing as I knew it, I always figure everyone should know this one. But maybe they don't. All right, here's fun fact number one. Ready? They're the world's largest land animal. Ta-da. All right. This I didn't know. There are 3 species of elephant. There's the African savanna, in parentheses bush, whatever that means. Maybe they hide in bushes, I don't know. Then another species is African forest. Maybe they hide under trees, I don't know. And then naturally, the minority ones, Asian, all right? And get this, very interesting. You can tell the 3 species apart by their ears. Pay attention. Listen up. The ears of African elephants are much larger than their cousins and are described as being shaped like the African continent. Come on. And so forget if you believe in Darwin's theory, what? Because they, elephants and they couldn't talk. So what do? Oh, we're in Africa. So, what do they say? Well, seeing as we can't talk, so people know we're from Africa, we're going to make our ears grow in the shape of the continent. Come on. All right, there you go. Okay, listen to this. Whereas the ears of Asian elephants are shaped like the Indian subcontinent. Really, see, they're really not dumb. They can tell you, they're telling you where they're from. You just have to look at their ears, right? Here's this fun fact number 3. I have wow. All right, get this. Elephants have around 150,000 muscle units just in their trunk. Imagine. Their trunks are perhaps the most sensitive organ found in any mammal. And I thought my you-know-what was sensitive. I guess not compared to an elephant's trunk. All right? Get this. I'd like to see this, and I've been to a lot of zoos and seen elephants, but never seen this. Asian elephants, maybe they didn't have Asian elephants at the zoos I was at. Asian elephants have been seen to pick up a peanut, shell it, blow the shell out, and eat the nut with their trunk. How do you like that one? All right, this is pretty cool too. Some of this, I knew the last bit of this. They used, well, in the beginning, but they used their trunks to suck up water to drink. I didn't know this. Are you ready? It can contain up to 8 liters of water. Imagine. They also use their trunks as a snorkel when swimming, but that's kind of easy. All right. Fun fact number 5. Elephant tusks are actually enlarged in size of teeth. I don't know how to say it. incisor, teeth, which first appear when elephants are around 2 years old. The tusks continue growing throughout their lives. Their tusks, trick word, are used to help with feeding, prizing bark off trees, or digging up roots, or as a defense when fighting. 6. Fun fact number 6. An elephant's skin is 2.5 centimeters thick in most places. That's really not that thick.
Yeah, that's like that. Yeah.
Right? It's really, yeah. I never really knew, I only knew what a centimeter was. Remember from the cigarettes, a silly centimeter long of the 101s. And they're tiny. Anyway, the folds and wrinkles in their skin can retain up to 10 times more water than flat skin does, which helps to cool them down. Who would have ever known? All right. Fun fact number 7. This is amazing. Elephants are constantly eating. Elephants eat so much that they can spend up to 3/4 of their day just eating. Imagine, and by the looks of some of the people that go to Walmart, I bet they do the same thing. I couldn't resist. I mean, right? You can tell it's all they do is eat. All right. God forgive me. No. Gotta have a sense of humor, Mike, right?
Yep.
All right. Fun fact number 8. A baby elephant, get this. I thought this was very fascinating. I didn't know none of this. A baby elephant can stand within 20 minutes of birth and can walk within 1 hour after birth. Get this. After 2 days, they can keep up with the herd. Isn't that amazing? To me, that's fascinating.
Yeah, a human baby cannot do that.
I
for
know.
Sure.
I know. And then fun fact number 9, which is the last one. The elephant's temporal lobe, somewhere up here, the area of the brain associated with memory, is larger and denser than that of people. Hence the saying, elephants never forget. So, there you have all the fun facts. And look, I read them fast today because it's only 5:10, but there you have it. So, let me just remind everyone before we get into it, Mike, if you have a question, a comment, you'd like a reading today, I have my psychic oracle cards. You know the number, 603 640-3091. Give us a call, join in, have some fun with us. So, Mike, I don't know what you talked about on the last show. I mean, I think, phone, hold on. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How you doing? This is the energy lady.
The energy lady. I'm doing fantastic myself. Did you hear my famous quote? It's all about you.
Yes, I did. All about elephants.
No, those was the fun facts. You didn't.
And the big elephants also feed their babies with their trunks.
I didn't write that fun fact down, but look at that. Fun fact number 10. See that? Fun fact number 10. Elephants feed their babies with their trunks. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, imagine that.
And that's the strongest muscle in the whole body.
It's 150,000 muscle units, so I guess so.
And they can literally kill a human being with their trunk.
Well, with that many muscles, I mean, that's more fierce than a cobra, isn't it? Or a king, what is it, a python or a king snake? Or,
Python, yeah.
You're talking about a python.
yeah, imagine. Wow.
You get a reading for me today? I know you don't have the crystal ball, but
I know it because I have a guest. Yeah, I have my psychic oracle cards, my trusty psychic oracle cards. I'm going to pick 3 and we'll give you a reading. So let's see what they are. And for the last card, I'm going to take the very top one. I very rarely do that, but that's what I'm going to take. So let's see. All right. Whoa. All right. Well, okay. First, as you can see, all right, financial and material changes. Well, that's kind of obvious because it's 2022 is now behind us. So let's face it, this is just sort of telling you, get your finances in order because we know what we have to do before April 15th, right?
Yep.
taxes.
Exactly. So, you know, and as you can see now, it shows a hand down, and it's basically got an option for each of the digits on there. So, and you've already got a handle on it, and of course, as naturally, you're in very, very good shape when it comes to the financial and material changes already. And of course, the second card we have is the intuition. You've already, this has already come to you ahead of time. You're already well prepared and well aware. You know what you have to do to get yourself in order for these financial and material changes by just, sort of absorbing the energy that's coming along and the little messages. It's not that you're really thinking of it, but you're getting the messages. Don't forget to do this. Don't forget your receipts are over there for that, and get everything in order. And there you have it. And of course, the last card we have is spiritual union. So in this case, when it comes to you, naturally, you're always spiritually unionized. You're always in touch with the spirit world. So in this sense, all right, we have to deviate a little and sort of, what's the word? Focus it more just entirely on you. So naturally, we'll keep it connected with the first 2 cards of the reading, spiritual union. And you just have always that warmth, that upbeat, that positive, that confident, that high self-esteem, wherewithal about all these projects that you undertake. So again, the spiritual union, as you can see it's 2 people, looking at it. Their cup is overflowing, just like yours is overflowing, all right, with the warmth. But in this case, it's, not spiritual with another. It's spiritual in the spiritual realm when it comes to you. And that's how everything sort of, you don't really need to work to get things done because you're always in tune with the spiritual. You're always, in tune with the spiritual union. There you have it. So.
Hi, Texas, Ro. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
That's good.
Do you know him?
Well, I've seen him on the TV.
He was just on, what's it, John? I always forget his last name.
Hopwood.
Hopwood?
Yeah.
He was just on John Hopwood's show, and I was on the last half of it in case you missed this.
Well, I don't always watch it, but I've seen it once in a while.
Ah, I was on it today, the last half, like
Are
I
you
said.
ready for the storm, everybody?
Are you sure it's coming?
Yep.
But
Here comes Susie Snowflakes dressed in her snow white gown. Rap, tap, tap upon the windowsill to show that she's in town. If you want to build a snowman, I'll help you build one. 1, 2, 3. If you want to take a sleigh ride, we'd ask the one for me. Here comes Susie Snowflakes dressed in a snow white gown. Saying happy boys and girls to tell that I'm in town. Wee wee.
all right. Bravo, bravo. Encore, encore. More. That was great. I love it. I love the way you come out with these songs out of nowhere. But I thought it was supposed to be, this big blizzard at this time. And
Or, 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 or,
See, it's a coming.
yeah, when though? I thought it was supposed to.
You'll be skiing all right.
No, hopefully I'll be home by then. I thought it was going to start at 1. I mean, it snowed for a while. And
No, it's supposed to start tonight and then till tomorrow.
Till what? 7 a.m. or something?
I don't know. Whatever Mother Nature wants to do, she'll do it.
Exactly. You got that right. You got that right.
yeah, it's supposed to go.
You'll be saying keep happy, healthy, and strong and warm, and God bless you all, and talk to you all later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for calling.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah, it's supposed to go through the night and then change, and it's supposed to change over to rain like after midnight.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Ugh.
but it's supposed to be like 40 tomorrow. So it's not like it's gonna be a wintry
Yeah.
mix.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Good. How are you? So yeah, it was just announced on TV that we're not gonna get the snow now. We're gonna be getting a lot of rain.
Oh, really? No more
It
snow?
was just announced on. We're gonna miss it on Channel 9. I just seen it a couple minutes ago. Yeah, so we're gonna get rain and we're gonna get heavy downpour tonight and clearing tomorrow morning. We're gonna get clearing.
All right. Thank you. How's that? The bearer of good news, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank
and Mike, I
this
haven't seen you
gentleman.
on Peter White's show. What's going on with you?
I've been just working hard, and my only day off I have from playing chorus during the weekdays Monday, and usually I use that to sweep in, and he's usually full as well. So I try to pop in when I want to, but it has been. I just try to limit my appearance on Peter. So no offense to him.
Well, I'll tell you, you do a great job. You make the show when you're on there. You make the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Well, have a good night, everybody.
Yep.
Thanks, and thanks for giving us the good news. Thanks again. Good night. All right, so Mike, I know you said you wanted to talk about work.
Yeah. So I've been there. I was working at my Facebook. I've been there 8 years.
Well, we tell everybody where you work so they know what
Yep.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
So we know what we're talking. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Hi, I finally got on. I
Yeah.
said I would. It's Gina.
All right, Gina. Now, do you live in Mass?
I tried. Yeah, I live in Bedford.
All right, my hometown. My hometown.
Is it really? Where'd you live?
Up the heights. Up by the pond.
Oh, I'm right by there. I'm right by there.
Really? Wow. Well, you could tell
I'm a teacher at the school,
what school do you teach at?
at the Andrews Middle School.
I don't know where that is. We didn't have an Andrews school up. We have the
Oh,
Davenport.
it's the old, so that, you didn't have the Andrews, but it's the old Roberts. So the Roberts went into,
I went to junior high at the Roberts. That's where I went to junior
Yeah.
high.
yeah,
Wow.
so now it's elementary, and the Andrews became the middle.
Imagine that.
That's what happened.
See that? Shows you how long and I drive through there all the time, but who knows this stuff? So that's always, see, you learn something new every day. It's true.
Every day you learn something
Yeah.
new. And, you know, Norm's been my friend since I was a kid, so
Really?
I knew Norm for a long time. Yeah, he taught me the tell.
He taught you to what?
He taught me how to read the cards.
Oh, really? So you know how to read the card? Yeah, you could. If I had more time, I'd love to. Just from your voice, I'd love to give you a reading just from what I'm picking up from your voice.
Oh, that's so sweet. Can you give me a reading? Oh, you have no time?
Well, from your voice, I get carried away. I could go on for minutes, a good half hour or more. What I'm picking up from your voice, but I'll gladly give you a tree card reading with my psychic oracle cards. How's that,
Well, I'll
Gina?
come up for a reading someday. I'll come up.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Yeah,
you could come. You could be a guest if you want.
sure, I'd love to.
All right. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pick 3 cards. We'll give you a reading that way. And the last card, I'm going to do it again for you. I rarely do it. I did it for the energy lady. So the top card that was on the deck is going to be the last card. All right.
Okay. Yeah?
Well, all right, Gina, we start with material harvest. As you can see, the card is nice and bright. Everything's going to start if it hasn't already, you could sort of see the light at the end of the tunnel. Things that you've been trying to acquire, or we'll say perhaps maybe a relationship that you're trying to make amends with. It's all going to happen. You're going to notice all that good stuff happening for you.
Bless you, that's what I want.
Starting to come together. I know it says material, but that to me that's all material you're working. So you're gonna see shortly, like I said, if you haven't noticed it already, the light at the end of the tunnel, things are gonna start to pick up for you. And here we go. This card relates to it. And what's the next card? Obstacles and challenges. You could see the light at the end of the tunnel. All right, you still got a little, and not much, as you could see. You still, it's a little scattered. Everything is still bright. You just have a little footwork you have to do, a little, and it's not even,
Yeah.
doesn't even have to be fancy footwork, a little dancing, and, to sort of bring the final, as they say, tie the loose ends up. Just a little bit more work on that, all right? Of course, the last card is disruption. And this is from you, this is inner disruption I'm sensing, all right? And as you can see, it's a figure there, it's a human, and it's sort of, cut with sort of different sections here to it. So what I'm getting from this, Gina, is for some reason, you could see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know where you're headed, and you can practically taste where you're going. Don't be your own worst enemy now by inflicting self-doubt. Don't, me, I'm good for this. Don't let your ego get in the way, because your ego always wants to be in control as opposed to your inner self.
Absolutely.
So listen to your inner self, especially at this point, Gina, and do away with the sort of mental fog, shall we say, because it's easy, and you're in control. All you have to do is blow the fog away, and you'll be absolutely joyous.
Oh,
So-
thank you so much.
All
That's
right.
a great read. Thank you.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. But that's, you know,
I did.
psychically, that's what I felt psychically. So there you have it, Gina. I hope you could take it.
Thank you so much. I can take it, and I'm waiting for the relationship. And it is
Oh.
starting to snow down here.
Oh, all right. Very good. Well, and stay, bunk it in, stay warm,
Yeah.
and thanks for calling, Gina.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good night. All right. So, Mike, tell them where you're working.
So we both work at Snowlina for Saver. So when I first started, it was still it was before they changed the contract. So I worked for like a year under Amlock, and then when the contract didn't move, that's when Saver came in. So I've been there for 8 years total. It seemed like it's gone by quick, but nope, it has not.
Wow, I've been there. I've only been there for about a year and a half, but it does. Now, let me ask you, between the two contracts, is it different personnel or is it the same?
Yeah. Different person, like higher ups, yes. Like the higher ups, like Nick and
Nick,
Al and whatnot.
They're all then since the new contract.
Basically, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, I've been there for a year and a half because I was working at the airport until COVID came along
Yeah.
and they tossed everyone.
Yeah.
So then naturally, after COVID, I got a job bartending. I don't want to say where because they were nasty, down in Salem. So it was the funniest thing. I applied for some jobs. The day I quit that job, Nick called me. Imagine. For an interview, I went in for an interview that afternoon, and I got the job there. And I remember telling my sister, because I didn't like the place. I'm gonna say good 6 months, right? And my sister was right. She said, "See, you had to quit that job before you got another one." That's how negative the other place was. But I love it. Now I don't know about what your job, but well, you know, I bartend.
Yeah.
They treat me fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
aren't they?
But they treat everybody fantastic. So I'm a concession prep worker. So I work in one of the concession stands, usually concession A, which is usually if you're entering the Snow Arena from the Elm Street entrance, it's the first actual stand you get to on your if you go up on the stairs on the right. So basically, we do chicken tenders in there. We do French fries, fried dough, burgers, hot dogs, and then we have the candy, the wraps and salads up front and whatnot. And it's a great job, and I enjoy it. It's a nice part-time job to supplement my income.
It is. It is. Now, do you always, when you work at the arena, are you always at the same like station, basically?
Yes. Yes, I've worked in a couple other stands there, like C or D. D's really open now. Just depends on how busy the event is.
Mm-hmm.
C is the pizza stand, but when C's not open, they sell the pizza in B. So I've worked in C before. I've worked in D before. I've worked in B, the one that's opposite to A. So all of them offer a great selection, and we just enjoy serving the guests when they come for whatever event they're coming to come see.
Nice. And see, now I didn't know. I saw people with pizza. I never knew where it was. Now that I know it's at B,
Yeah.
the next event when I'm gonna have to go down there and
Yeah.
can I have a piece of pizza? May I? I always say may I.
Yeah.
I always get a pretzel.
Yes.
Now, do they let you eat what you want? I would
Yeah.
assume so, right?
Yeah. We have a spoil seat in the stand, so we try our best to win ourselves. Just depends on how long the day is. These days can get long sometimes.
You're not kidding. I know just for me they can get long. Well, Saturday, the two shows with Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah. Gravels are 2 afternoon shows, but it's like a Disney Saturday, being in there from like 8 o'clock a.m. to 8 p.m. Jeez. And like on the Saturday at Disney, I came directly from my full-time job, so I didn't work the full day at the arena. I worked my full-time job, then came.
Wow, what is your full-time job?
I'm a dishwasher at a joint called Frank Coors Cafe on the west side, 488 South Main Street.
All right, I was going to ask you. I know where my South Main Street is, and what's it near?
It's basically
So-
it's if you're at the Queen City Bridge, coming across the Queen City Bridge from River's Edge, continue straight up the hill. It'll be on your left.
Ah, see that? I'll come visit.
Yeah, breakfast and lunch, 6 to 2 daily, except for Mondays when we're closed.
All right, and you work. What time do you start work there, Mike?
I start work there at 7 a.m. until closing,
Which is
around 2.
well, that's not too bad.
Not-
I mean, I'm an early riser, so it wouldn't affect me. But that's not bad. When do you do that? Monday to Friday?
I have Mondays are off. I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I usually have Saturdays off, and then Sunday. So usually I have Mondays and Saturdays off, but just depends on what the other dishwashers need for time off.
Mhm.
So it's like I'm switching shifts for one of them this weekend, so I'll work Saturday and hour off, Sunday off. So
All right, so let's switch back to the arena.
yeah.
Now, when you're working at the arena, right? It's how many people? That's a big stand. I mean, how many people work there? Do you know?
Or that arena can hold upper and lower bowl probably 12,000.
1,000. Yeah, it's like 11,800
Yeah,
and something.
Yeah. So, but just in Saver alone, we'll say I think we have probably 50 employees, maybe a little bit more, considering
Yeah.
kitchen staff and whatnot.
Right, I know. And then you got all the portables out there.
Yeah,
and
portables. Yeah.
the
So
suites, which lucky me,
yes, yeah.
I get the best one.
Yeah, yeah. You probably how much of the show did you watch this weekend?
Well, it's the 5 shows, and I signed up for every one, so it was good because between, the 5 shows, I saw basically the whole thing
Yeah.
from beginning to end.
Yeah, I only saw probably out of the. I did not work Sunday because I had to work my full-time job. I only probably saw 5 minutes of it.
Wow, did you see the balloon lady by any chance?
No, I saw the scene with the beds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Hey, good, and you guys?
Very well, Mary. How are you?
I'm not too bad. You remember last week you said I was going to get a surprise?
Yeah.
I did.
And was it a good
I
surprise?
did. It came in today from my niece and my nephew from Kentucky.
Ah, look at that. From Kentucky.
Yeah, it's an Indian sash, it's called, with arrows on it.
Nice. Yeah.
And I got a bracelet from the priest from Kentucky that set me up. It's like a prayer beads wrapped around your bracelet. It's like a bracelet.
Nice.
It
And
came in from Kentucky.
And the prayer beads are what what Indians would use?
No, they were like how would you call it? Prayer beads.
Right, but I mean, would Indians use them?
Yes, yeah,
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
very good.
yeah.
Nice.
And the middle Mecca Heart of Mary on there.
Wow.
And stuff. You said there would be a surprise, and there it is.
See that? All right.
Yeah,
All right.
telling ya.
And speaking of surprises, how's the kitty search doing, Mary?
Yeah, I'm looking. I think next week I'll be looking. Because this week, with everything going on and everything. So I think next week I'll probably be doing it.
Right. Well, you know how that goes, Mary. It's like you don't really pick the cat picks you.
That's right.
You know.
Exactly.
Right.
Every
Oh,
right. Every cat I've ever got always picked me. You know.
yeah. Yeah,
That's the-
that's all true.
Yeah.
And it seemed like, usually they have a name and everything, but sometimes you change their name to suit you, or they look at you like, I want a new name.
Right. Well, like Fred, I got him at the Animal Rescue League in
That's
Boston.
cute.
He came with the name T-Rex. I mean, we're talking a cat here. A cat, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? A 2-pound animal. It's not T-Rex. Sorry. And he knew.
Yeah.
He knew it too. He knew it.
Yeah.
So.
Of course, they talk to you.
Yeah.
They really do. They let you know
They do.
on that,
They do. And it's funny because before I took Fred home, I must have visited him. I'm dead serious. I must have visited him 5 or 6 weeks, and I talked to him. And Mary, I don't know if I told you this story. If I did, shush me right up. But I had a deposition like a block away from the Animal Rescue League. I always remember it was on a Tuesday, right? So.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get a buddy for my older boy, Iggy,
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm going after the deposition, I said to myself, I'm going to go see what they got there because Iggy wants a buddy, right? So I go in there, and what's on Fred's cage? He has a sign on his cage, I'm available. So, and I still joke, don't laugh, Mary, you're going to think I'm soft. But I still joke about it with him because I was telling him, I go, Fred, you knew I was coming in that day. That's why you told him to put that sign on your cage.
Yes, I agree
Right?
with you. Yes.
Oh, too funny. By the way, tomorrow, same time, 5 to 6, Cruising with Mary. Same time, same place. Mary, who's your guest tomorrow if you have any?
Right now, I'm not sure. I got to get a hold of the person. If not, if you got time, come on in.
Tomorrow, I just might.
Stop in
Imagine.
and say hi.
Yeah. Hey, I was fine. I was just going to say, I was on John, I always forget his last name.
Hopwood.
I was on the last half of John Hopwood's show today.
Oh, great.
So it was my first time, virgin.
Yeah.
There you go. I know. Mary, would you like a 3-card reading with the psychic oracle cards?
Yeah, I like it. Also you said I was going to hear from a friend from way back, and I did.
Well, that was with the crystal ball reading, right?
Yeah. You said, from a person from far away or something, and it's true. There was the friend her name is Kitty,
Yeah.
and went to school with that person.
Wow. Nice. I enjoyed
I'm telling you, I'm telling you folks, he's been right on the mark with me. He really has. You're good.
I appreciate the feedback, Mary. It's always nice to hear. So,
Yeah.
and like I said, with the crystal ball, I get carried away. I don't remember most of what I say. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick 3 cards, all right?
Yeah.
And like I did for the first 2 readings, Mary, the last card going to be the top card on the deck, which I, very rarely ever do, but for some reason, something today told me, take the top card. All right. Well, here we are. The first card we have it says balance, all right? As you can see, everything is balanced with this individual, all right? They got a big halo around them. Okay, it's like an angelic figure here. It's with wings, and everything in here is balanced. All right. So, what I'm gonna say, Mary, is I know some of I don't know what you've been going through, but I know there's sort of been some, shall we say, bumps in the road that you've been going down lately. All right, but
Yeah.
all that's definitely going to smoothen out. It's going to sort of, you'll see the end of that coming soon. You can see it, and you'll also notice it, so not to worry. And, of course, it all starts up here, Mary. Think positive, and from thinking positive, balancing your thought process out with positive energy. It's gonna, the rest of your aura, your inner self, physically, mentally, everything else was just balanced automatically. All right, and then next.
Sounds good.
By the way, and that card is number 11. So here we go. It's in reverse. The next card is number 7. And what is it? It says stand your ground. Now how easy is that? See, so, take what I just said about the balance card. Once you take all that and it starts, the gears start going in motion and moving. You notice the motion. You can feel the motion. You're moving to with this card, the balance card, you're moving to a nice, more solid, grounded, shall we say, area coming up, and it's stand your ground. And as you can see it is. Once all that starts going in, you get, your confidence builds up, your self-esteem is more strong, and it sort of snowballs in a very positive, good way. And there you have it at the end. Partnerships and alliances, Mary. Again.
Yeah.
All right? And it's basically in this sense. The partnership and alliances with yourself, because from what I said with the first 2 cards, it's just you sort of, being able to grasp everything at hand. And like I said about the confidence and the self-esteem, and and the willingness and the openness to observe what's happening and to sort of accept it and, shall we say, go with the flow. And you'll see that even make everything stronger. So there you have it, Mary.
All righty, sounds good.
All right. So hopefully we don't have a lot of time left, but Mike wants to talk about work. But Mary, so far, what I always say, if I say yes, something always comes up. But what I will say is, so far it looks good for tomorrow, a surprise guest.
All righty, sounds good.
All right. Thanks for calling, Mary.
All righty, hi, Mike.
Hi, Mary.
Hi. Yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Enjoy your evening.
Yes, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so we were talking about, I think, Cirque du Soleil. You didn't see the balloon lady? That was the best part, I thought.
No. Only scene I saw was the scene with the beds.
Oh, Mike, another phone call. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today? Hello? Well, I don't know where they are. They can call back. All right. You saw the scene. That I think that was like mostly the opening. I think I know there was a lot of angels at the beginning. The balloon lady. Did you hear about that part?
No.
Oh, Mike, it was the best. It was a small person. She was a midget, not a dwarf, because her limbs went with the small body, like dwarfs. The torso is, the legs are like this, because I grew up with one. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Hi, Dave. This is Jim from Cruising with Mary. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, Jim. What can I do for you? What's on your mind today?
I got a couple of elephant jokes for you. I noticed earlier you were talking about elephants.
They were the fun facts. Did you listen?
Yes, they were good.
Oh, all right. Thanks. All right. Let's hear the elephant jokes. Maybe Mike.
Okay, Dave, how do you know if there's an elephant under your bed?
I don't know.
Your head hits the ceiling. You ready? Number 2.
All right. Yes.
How can you tell if an elephant has been in your refrigerator?
I remember that one. There's the footprints in the Jell-O.
Close, from the footprints in the butter.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, another one.
Yes.
Dave, how can you tell if an elephant has been in your pantry?
I don't know. Mike, you?
Everything's been rummaged through.
The peanuts are all gone.
Good one. I like that. One's good. They're all good, really. That's pretty
Okay,
good.
yeah, I just thought I'd throw in a couple elephant jokes to fit your
Fun fact?
to fit the theme. Your fun fact.
All right. Hey, you are going on cruising with Mary tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. We missed last week because Mary had a little too much sugar and was getting dizzy, and we had to kind of rush to the hospital. But everything's fine, so we should be there tomorrow. Yes.
Right. Well, she just called, so yeah. I didn't feel
You
anything.
don't mind Mary. She's okay now.
Oh, yours. I meant the other. Oh, good. I'm glad. Well, what was it? What it?
Yeah. So yeah, I should be there. You going to be there?
So far, it looks good. But, if I say yes, something always comes up. So that's why I'm just saying, so far, it looks good.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be great. Always good.
Right.
You add a lot to the show, so that'd be nice.
And
as always.
now, when did I bump into Mary? Because didn't she say, she says, oh, my sugar's going to go through the roof. So it did. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
See? She said what she meant. So at least she's a woman of her word.
That's true.
So
Maybe she has intuition she's not aware of.
see that there you go. I always think everybody's more in tune than what they realize. But
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true in writing. It's a lot of it's from the subconscious, and you just have to tap into it.
right. And look at you, how it comes to you like that. Boom, boom, boom. It's sort of do you
my poems, that's something I love to do. Just like, you have a passion.
Right.
You have a passion for helping people and looking into things and understanding. So you just have to,
yeah.
I think you try to make use of it, right? You try to make use of it and see what happens.
Exactly. All for the good of others. That's right.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so
Yes.
I won't sing a song like the Energy Lady, but
All right.
I just wanted to tell you some elephant jokes.
All right, thanks. I'm glad you did. Thanks for calling. We only got like 10 minutes left, so Mike, we want to talk about the arena gym.
Okay, yeah, okay. Go get him, Dave.
All right, thanks for calling.
All the best. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.
Maybe. All right. Hopefully. All right. Thanks again.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Bye, Dave.
All right, so there you go. There's our joke stuff, which is always, you got to have a sense of humor or why bother.
Yes.
So going back to the balloon lady, she was a small person. She was a midget. I know, a midget. All right? Everything was proportioned evenly. And she came out with these massive helium balloons. And she was harnessed in the bottom, and she could turn around on it. And she went out and float, like people in the audience pushed her, and she'd float up and go somewhere. It was the coolest thing.
Wow.
And then, she had if you saw The Wizard of Oz, that munchkin type winging.
Yeah.
And she was great the way she did. She'd go up, wow. And she'd go, come on, push.
Yeah.
Thank you. But that was a lot of fun to watch. That was my favorite part. I didn't see it the first day, but I made sure I saw it the last.
Yeah.
The last 4 shows in there. So now, how is the crew that you work with? How are they to work with?
Pretty good. We use a lot of nonprofits to do the front half. So basically they get tips off that, and then they get a 10% share of what we sell.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Going back to the organization, so it's usually a lot of sports teams from Southern New Hampshire University. We got Safe Sport in there, and so it just helps them with the fundraising, so they don't have to, because basically you're at an event, so you not really have to sell anything because we're going to buy anyway. So
exactly, yeah. Oh, see, I never realized how the NPOs operate. I knew they would they give them portables and stuff. So
yeah.
And that's what I figured. I mean, I'm sure that they get the tips, but I didn't know. See, they get 10% of. That's pretty good.
Yes, and now so we got Jeff Denham coming up February 10th. That's a Friday night.
That's a Friday. That should be
well
received.
Yeah. I think that one sold out. We got hockey coming back, which is good in March.
Right, I signed up for a couple of those.
Yeah, so we got the NCAA hockey regional. That'll be Thursday, 2 games, having the regional final on a Saturday. We'll have the NHA hockey championship. That's 4 games on a Saturday, and then we'll have chat about the badges the day after St. Patrick's Day, and then let's say April. Right now we have Reba McIntyre.
Reba, I signed up for that one.
I'm going to that show actually.
You're going to it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It should be a good. That should be a good show, and then just announced a couple days ago, Monster Jam is coming back in May for 3 shows.
Get out.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
I did the last one. That was pretty good. I did
Yeah.
well for that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Usually most of the events do pretty well there. Yeah. So
then don't forget March 4th, Young Gravy.
yeah.
I didn't know what he was. I had signed up for it. This when I see it because I knew it was a concert, so I figured, well, I should do all right. Unbeknownst to me, he's a YouTube rapper.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And-
that show is that's not. So usually Southern New Hampshire University every spring has a major concert that they do in their gym. I think they thought it would be big enough to move to the bigger arena. So
Oh, is that what that was? It started off at the.
no. I think no. Usually they have a big show they have a spring show every year up at Southern New Hampshire University.
Oh, yeah.
And usually they do it in a gym. And I'm thinking they were trying to sell a bigger venue. I'll probably be working a basketball tournament up in Maine that weekend, so I'm gonna miss that one, and I'm glad I'm missing that one, to be honest.
Well, had I known,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not so sure I would have signed up. But then again, I just signed up for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I usually say yes to a lot of things. Unless I already have a previous commitment, like if I know I'm
Right.
going to be away or whatnot. But it's a great job. I enjoy it. It's a great way to make some extra money on the side.
That's true, right. And, depending on the event, sometimes I make really good money. But,
Yeah.
I always make good money anyway, decent money,
Yeah.
regardless of the event.
Yeah.
And, I want to plug them, Mike, because I think they treat the employees like gold. They really
Yes.
do, don't they?
Yes. And some of the coworkers I work with have been there since the arena opened back in 2001. There are still some. There are still quite a few. They've been dying down throughout the years, but there are a couple there are quite a few that have been there since when the arena opened back in 2001.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I know this one of the security guards I talked with him. He says he's been there for 20 years.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he's probably right after it opened.
Yes.
Hey, I know you from looking at your Facebook page. I know you check out local restaurants.
Yes.
Have you ever gone to the Wild Rover pub over here?
While over, yes.
The first time I went there was last week after the show. I met a buddy of mine over there. I loved it over there. The food was great,
Yes.
very tasty.
Yep.
It
Yep.
was priced right, good price. I like the atmosphere in there.
Yes. Yeah. Wild Rover is one of the. I don't complain about many spots in Manchester. I love supporting our local restaurants right here on Elm Street and all across the city.
But I was definitely impressed. It's rated high. I'm definitely going back.
Yes.
No question about it.
Yep. Always trying to support your local businesses.
Exactly. So, anyone out there, you want to try a new place with good food, good prices, good wait staff, bartending staff, Wild Rover Pub on, I don't know the name of the street.
Kazuski Street. It's Irish.
I know it begins with a
Oh
K.
no. Polish. That's a Polish street.
Right. I know it begins with a K and it's a long name and it's
Yeah.
right by the red arrow.
Yeah. Yep.
If you see at the red arrow, you could see it down that street.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thanks for having me again. Appreciate it.
That's right. It's funny because, from working when we chit-chatted and as soon I forgot, Mike. I didn't realize. I mean, as soon as you said, you know, I was on your show before. As soon as you said it, it
Yeah.
all came back.
Yeah.
And stuff. But yeah, thanks for coming
Yeah.
on. It was good. You'll have to come back again. It
Yes.
was
Yeah.
nice and enjoyable and fresh talking with you. I get to talk about work in a nice,
Yes.
good way.
Yes.
It really, you know, I really do enjoy work. They treat you, and I can't say unless you work there, you you can't imagine how nice the management is.
Yeah.
Aren't
Absolutely.
they really, everyone is so nice over there.
Yes. I know we need to start to wrap up. So.
Right. Anyway, and I just want to mention, Mike, I hardly ever get complaints over there, but just Sunday, this guy comes in and he's asking me what do I have for whiskey? You don't have a lot. Pendleton and Jack. Well, he wants Jameson. He says, what about Jameson? I said, what you see is what I have.
Yeah.
No Jameson again. This guy was a rake because I didn't have Jameson. So I said, I can make you something with the Jack or the Pendleton. No, I want something and I want Jameson. So he says, and he got really rude and nasty, right? He says, I'll tell you what, he says, tell me. He says, what I want you to do is tell me where I can go in this arena and get Jameson. And I just looked at him and I said, sir, there's nowhere in this arena that you can go to get Jameson. So that was that, but what can you do? I don't, me, I let it go right. All right, poor guy's cranky.
Yep.
But anyway, so much for that. So again, my wonderful guest, Mike Martineau, a fellow co-worker at the arena.
Yes.
Where every event I see you and chit-chat because I always go down for the soap and the sanitizer.
Yes.
Right in back of your station.
Yes.
And for ice, too.
Yeah.
A lot of times for ice, too,
Yeah.
out of the ice machine. So
And-
there you have it.
Yep. And water and sodas usually too.
That's right, out of the cooler. That's right.
Yep.
Anyway, so we don't have a lot of time left, people. I want to thank everyone who called in. I enjoy giving the readings. Again, David B., the readings guy, 603-404-9338. Give me a call. We can set something up. Well, not Zoom because I don't like Zoom. But we could do it over a video call, a regular just voice call. I could do a reading. Do you have it? And again, next week, no guests next week. Perhaps I might bring a crystal ball. We'll do that. And I got to wrap it up quick. Remember, please, whatever it is, 2 things, everyone, remember. 1, you can't be dumb if you want to be free. And more importantly, you are a winner.